The immediate trigger for this video was a call from the United States. Yesterday, I came to know that a relative of mine had died of cancer. She was 49 years old. She had been suffering, it seems, from cancer from the age of 40 onwards, and she was now dead. I wondered how far she had moved from her ancient Indian roots, how far she had traveled from ancient Indian wisdom. If only she had taken the golden drink regularly from childhood onwards, she would not have died of cancer. She would not have had an attack of cancer. Even if she had started taking the golden drink daily, after being diagnosed of cancer, she would not have died yesterday. There is no better way to begin your day than by drinking a glass of warm water, or I would say 3 glasses of warm water. Water is a drink of life. Remember that your body is water, some 60%, even 70%, 60 to 70%. Water is the medium through which nutrients are transported. Water aids digestion. Water supports the peristaltic movement. Water acts as a lubricant. Water helps attain weight loss, absurd though it may sound. Water helps to relax by stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. Water is indeed the drink of life. So begin your day with 3 glasses of warm water. But is that sufficient to keep cancer at bay? Certainly not. For that, you need something else as well. To return to the relative of mine who died of cancer, it was the first cancer death in the history of the family in the last 100 years. And I'm someone who knows my family history rather well. The question before us is, how did they manage to keep cancer at bay? Needless to say, they must have received some genetic protection. There was absolutely no genetic predisposition towards cancer. Moving to the other reasons, perhaps the first reason is vegetarianism. I come from a family of religious vegetarians. We have, for generations, abhorred non-veg diet, avoided even egg. Perhaps the second reason was strenuous physical activity. Everyone, men and women, worked hard walked long distances, kept themselves physically active throughout the day. You must remember that until recently, until rather recently, we lived in a world bereft of vehicles. So we had to walk everywhere, walk to the temple, walk to the village pond, walk to the river, walk to the farm, walk to the agricultural lands, walk to the fields, walk to the market, drinking plenty of water has always been a family habit. Men and women, old and young, all have been for generations drinking plenty of water. In fact, we have always started the day with 3 cups of water. In fact, not 3 cups of water, but 3 cups of the golden drink. We have, generation after generation, been routine maniacs, going to bed at the same time, getting up at the same time, having dinner at the same time, having lunch at the same time, taking bath at the same time. Our lives had very fixed, set patterns. We have always believed in periodic fasting. In fact, our religious practices demand periodic fasting. A number of days are set aside every month for fasting. We have always been great practitioners of prayer and meditation. In fact, almost every member of the family begins his day or used to begin his day with prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation calms the mind, soothes the body, and generates an overall well being. The fact that we have always worked very hard, we have always engaged in strenuous physical activity, does not mean that we denied ourselves sleep. In fact, care has always been taken to ensure that we get adequate sleep. We go to bed early, we rise from bed early, early to bed and early to rise, as the old proverb says. We have always made sure that we get at least 8 or 9 hours of sleep every day. There is in my family, or at least there was in my family, the habit of taking the golden drink every day, first thing in the morning. Probably the relative, very probably the relative who passed away because of cancer must have broken this habit. The golden drink is not just 3 cups of warm water, it is actually golden yellow in color. The golden drink is 3 cups of warm water with quarter a teaspoon, quarter a teaspoon, I repeat, quarter a teaspoon, not more, quarter a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Turmeric contains curcumin, the chemical compound that is anti-inflammatory and an antioxidant. Curcumin is good for the eye, for the skin, for the kidney. In fact, women in my family used to apply turmeric paste to their faces every day after bath. If you take the golden drink, which contains turmeric, which in turn contains curcumin, it is more than sufficient to keep cancer at bay. I repeat, if you take the golden drink, that is 3 cups of warm water with quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder as the first thing in the morning, every day without fail, for say 10 consecutive years, you are bulletproof against cancer.